Marjut Akola, Ambassador of Finland, thank you so much for accepting this interview. We are talking about war, unfortunately, war in Ukraine, terrible times that we are living today. Finland's integration into NATO, a historic moment. President Sauli Niinistö and Prime Minister Sanna Marin made a solemn statement, and they say that Finland must join NATO without delay. Please explain us why without delay.
Yes, indeed, that this is a historic change and historic decision what was made a few days ago. And of course, the motivation and the reason behind of our decision, of course, is the brutal war the Russians started against the Ukraine. And it changed our security environment in a profound way. And another reason for this decision is, of course, a strong support from the population. Almost 70% of Finns support NATO membership. And then, of course, from the political parties and also from the parliament. We have 200 parliamentarians, 188 voted for the membership a few days ago. So a strong support in general. But actually, we started to reflect the change in security environment already at the end of last year, when the Russia was pushing and creating a more political and military aggression against and the pressure against Ukraine. So and then I think the one issue which really was important turning point was that when President Putin and Russia started talking more about the stop of the NATO enlargement, and I mean including Finnish decision making. So we felt that our freedom of choice and sovereignty were strived to narrow. And that was one of the turning point already last year. And then in March, of course, the war started, and then in March, from the beginning of March, we started reflecting this that the security environment has changed and what it means and how we can protect the Finns and Finland. And then we came to the conclusion that the NATO membership is the best option for that. And if I may, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the NATO countries, including Romania, for their supporting messages in recent days.
So what do citizens think about NATO membership? They support this historic change?
Yes, they support. As I said, almost 70%. I think the latest figure was 68% of the Finns support NATO membership.
I want to ask you, what are the risks with Finland outside NATO, with Finland not a NATO member? What do you think are the risks?
Well, I would say like this, that we assessed the risks and we are prepared for all kinds of risk when it comes to this grey period between the application and ratification. Always when there is action, there is a risk always. But there is also the risk of inaction. So we assess this, that what is the bigger risk? Action to apply for the NATO membership or inaction not to apply. And we came to the conclusion that it's a higher risk to have inaction. So from our point of view, we see that the NATO is the best option for the protection of Finland and Finns.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that Finland's accession to NATO is a mistake and Russia will react if military infrastructure is installed close to Russia's border. Russia's borders. What does Finland expect after these statements, after this reaction?
Yes, you are right. The President Putin said that Finland's accession to NATO is a mistake. But he also said in a phone call with our President Niinistö that Russia is not a threat to Finland. And there is nothing new about the Russian position. We have known for decades that the Russian opposes the NATO enlargement. So I think that I would like to really underline the key point here that Russia does not dictate and cannot dictate the decision of the sovereign countries, such as Finland. We make our own decisions based on our own assessment on our security environment.
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has stated that he will not agree with Finland and Sweden joining NATO, and that's because Finland and Sweden are hosting terrorists, and Turkey will not approve the application to join NATO. Is there a risk that Finland will not be able to join NATO?
I don't believe that would be the conclusion of this process. There are several reasons. Finland meets the NATO criteria, and we have a long-term partnership with NATO. We know NATO, and NATO knows us, and we have a very credible military capabilities, and which is interoperable with the NATO. And we have also very strong will to defend our country. And we have a very high level resilience in our society. So we meet the criteria of NATO. And so, yes, we have sent our application to NATO, and the ball is, of course, on their yard now. And with regard to the concern, as you mentioned, the president of the Turkey, we are discussing with Turkey and also of course some of the allies, and we are ready to address any concern by Turkey. And also I would like to say here that Finland is committed to the security of Baltic Sea till the Black Sea till the Mediterranean Sea. So to protect and defend of the NATO allies in total. So
you say that Finland will soon have the support of all NATO members, including Turkey.
We hope. Of course, we hope to have it, and I'm confident we can find the solution here through the constructive discussions.